Hello and welcome to RNB Fusion podcast. Now, if you like your podcast with a bit of fruity language and some adult themes, then look no further. This is the podcast for you. However, if you don't, then you might want to go and look on like BBC Radio 4 or CBeebies or something along those lines. You didn't have a farm, Ben?
Paul was an alien. There you go. Done.
It's an egg.
Is it an egg? Hashtag legend.
Because Jif is that cleaner or the polisher, whatever it is. Hello there. Let's cause divide in the world, Ben.
Go back in time and get a load of Bitcoin.
I was a rebel, man. You know, the system couldn't hold me down. Hello, fellow listeners, and welcome back to RNB Fusion with me, your co-host Ross, and my fellow co-host
Benny boy.
How are we doing, Ben? Are we all right? We had a good week?
I'm good, Ross. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. We've been walking a lot. We've decided that I need to get some of my steps in. So this last week I've done the equivalent of a marathon, and trust me, I can feel it.
Good man. Get those steps in.
Yeah, man. Getting those steps in, especially with all this lockdown business, it's just nice getting, just going out for the day, going out for a walk. Sometimes it'll be the same route. Sometimes it might be a different route. A lot of the time I end up head to toe in mud though.
Do you have to dodge a lot of people as well?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I have to kind of weave in and out, especially walking towards where I like to walk. Where I walk is quite secluded in a sense. It's public enough for people to know about, but it's out of the way, so not many people are down there. It's normally, if they are, they're like dog walkers or something. Like I said, it's just really nice, bang on a podcast that I want to listen to, or bang on some music and just go on my merry way.
That's it, a bit of R&B fusion when you're walking, so it's all good. Yeah,
that's it. We've got to get our listens up somehow. I'm so excited for today's topic. Like, don't get me wrong, I've loved every other topic and some of my favourite highlights from different shows. But today's is one that we kind of touched on when we were talking about dark, dingy kebab houses. And that is nights out.
Nights out.
Nights out are so iconic. From when you first ever go out when you're legally 18, or if you're somebody who knows how to get a fake ID and worm your way around that, you might have one at the age of 14. Who knows? But nights out in general are phenomenal. Anything and everything can happen. It can go from being just a simple night in a pub and then going home to that, or it could be going from the pub to a club. All of the drama kicks off in Mackey's, and you wake up the next day regretting your life decisions.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I've got to admit, I don't really go out clubbing much these days. I'm still partial to it, don't get me wrong. I do love a good boogie in a club. But I must say, with all this lockdown, I am missing it, and I'm definitely 100% up for doing a night out, going out clubbing, having a boogie when lockdown's over.
Oh yeah, for sure, you've got to. I think it's just one of those things. I think it's on the top 3 of things for me to do. Like, definitely go out, do a bit of social, listen to some good music.
That's it. Like, I just love a night out, especially for, like I said, with boogie. Now, I love just going out and having a boogie and letting all the cares in the world go away. I just love it. And I'm just really missing it. I think the last night out I went on was on my birthday in 2020. So I was quite lucky before the whole pandemic and lockdown and all that hit. And we were in Derby, or Barbados, if you are local to the area, which I love that name itself. We left there. We ended up in Burton and we went to Zinc, or it used to be known as Fever, then Manhattan's. And I tell ya, it was cheap as anything, but I just had a boogie. That was all I cared about. There was cheesy music, there was music I loved, and I was just getting down and grooving. I only planned to stay out till about 12 a.m. that night, but I came home at like 5 a.m.
It happens.
Like, are you missing the nights out big time, Ben? Are you missing them loads, or are you just missing them a bit, or are you just not missing them at all?
Yeah, I am missing a night out. It's been a while, so yeah, for sure, I definitely want to go out and social with, be sociable with some of my friends and that. So yeah, listen to some good music, I'd say, and hopefully DJ in the near future.
Yeah, do you know what, Ben? Honestly, now this is me bigging you up here. I feel like I need to say this. I honestly can't wait for that day when you end up in a club, because I know how much you dream about it, but I honestly, after watching like your streams and stuff, and listeners, if you've never watched Benny Boy's streams, go and watch him. He's on Mixcloud. That in a club is just perfect. I can see it already, and you know, I'd happily be there like dancing on the dance floor to it.
It's just it's definitely one of my goals I want to hit, but it's just like I say, I just want to just play and just want to see people have a good time. I get such a buzz of that, and then thinking I'm controlling that and having the challenge that having that challenge of the song. So my next song could be the best choice or the worst choice of the night, and I like that because you've got to think quick and change it again and keep it upbeat, or change what's happening to keep people on the dance floor. So can't wait for that moment. So yeah,
I just love that feeling. Like I said, when you walk in, you get on that dance floor and you just bust out some moves. Like some people I've seen have so many unique moves. Do you have a set move that you will always pull out?
I can't remember. I'm just having a good time, So I can't clarify any of my dance moves.
So when me and Ben went to Nottingham, we ended up in this club where it was 3 clubs in one. It was really weird. And it was like an old theatre sort of style venue. I remember when I was on the dance floor and you came down, I remember you were popping the finger guns like big time, like on right side, left side, like going for it. Like that's how I know your dance move for that. Like the finger guns blasted. And I think it's such a cool move. I can't pull it off. I do the steering wheel. I do the Snoop Dogg steering wheel where you hold one hand up there and then you go, oh, I'm going to full lock it right, then I'm going to full lock it left, and you bop with it as you go, going rocking side to side. That's always been my move. I don't know why, but everyone has a move. I think it's so cool when you see so many different people's select moves.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting to see what everyone pulls out, and you've got that one person who's on the dance floor, bobs the head, that's it. You've got the other person who's just leaning against the wall with a drink, looking around. Yeah. You've got that guy who's like bopping away, but one step this way, one step the other way, doing a bit of that, and then you've got the person who's just lost it. When I say lost it, they've had a couple of drinks and they've hit that point where they don't care and they just enjoy themselves. That's it.
And there's no inhibitions. They don't care what they look like, apart from until tomorrow when it's all on Snapchat and Instagram. I think for our listeners who have never experienced, I think we should talk about the stages of a night.
Oh, stage. I was about to say stages, yeah. Let's go for the stages.
Yeah, so the stages. So let's talk about the start of the night. So this is where you're getting ready and you're about to chuck on your best shirt.
That's
if you're a bloke, whack on a bit of aftershave. Girls, they always put on a nice play suit, or they'll put on a nice skirt, nice dress, something, that makes them look really good and glamorous. What's your go-to outfit for a night out, Ben? I'm quite intrigued because everyone has a go-to outfit.
No, I just like to look smart, that's it, just wear some nice trousers, and I like a shirt for sure. Those ones without a collar, are they called granddad shirts or something?
Granddad collars.
Yeah,
granddad collar shirts.
Yeah, I like that. And I mean, it depends on the mood. You're rocking like top button or open the top button or something.
Oh,
like that.
Okay. So what does that mean? Because I've never.
I don't know what it means. I'm just like I look good, so that's it.
Yeah. It's really funny because you saying that it represents a move. For me, it's either that the shirt is too tight around my neck and I need breathing space, or that if it's got exactly. I'm like, I'm. So Ben, you've gone for a nice shirt. You've gone for what you're wearing. You're wearing trousers or you're wearing jeans, like smart jeans and stuff, or.
It depends. I would say smart jeans because you've got to remember at some point in the night something's going to be spilt on you. Yeah. So you got to think to yourself: are you going to wear a really expensive pair of trousers, or are you going to just be make sure you look good and have some jeans? I'll go for the jeans, I think.
So when you're talking type of jeans, are you talking Primark jeans or are you talking like Top Man jeans / River Island?
I'm going to say you got to have the mid-range. I'll say, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get some good stuff from Primark, but I think if you go now and you want to, depending on what you want, this is just me, but I'd like to go middle for that, something like that.
So you're talking like Sainsbury's as the range.
Thanks, mate. No, I would say definitely a clothing retail middle range, depending on what you like. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. But the thing is, you're saying that I think Primark definitely do some good jeans at. You can sometimes be fooled. I've had jeans from Primark that have lasted me longer than ones that I bought from like River Island. But yeah, I completely agree. So we've worked out shirt and the jeans. What we wearing on our feet, Ben? Rocking up. Are you going trainers or are you going smart shoes?
Well, no, you got to go smart shoes, haven't you, now? Because the old security guard here, like on the door, oh, you're not coming in because you got trainers. Well, hold on, mate. These are not trainers. These are expensive shoes, thank you. They look like trainers, but they're not. I'm coming in. And then they're like, no, you're not. So, okay, I'll go then. That's it.
So when you're going with smart shoes, are you going classic black loafers? You going brown boots? Are you going suede shoes? What are you going for?
I'll say black shoes, and then because you can get really smart trainers now. What's also what you can get in with, but it just depends if you want to risk it. If you're going out with a big group of 10, maybe up to 20 people, then you're the only one who can't come in. Because that's happened to me. We was all going in, and I was wearing some smart trainers, and they wouldn't let me in. I was like, "Are you sure?" I was a bit drunk, and I went, "Are you sure I can't come in?" It's like, "Yeah, but there's all of us." I was just like, "Just let come on, Les." And he's like, "No, it's okay." and then I was just like, "Where can we go?" I was just like, because this is the main place we're going to go tonight. Just you can't guilt trip a security guard because they've heard everything. So
they have,
and you're just like, "Okay, mate, yeah, move on," and then just go to pub and get drunk for the night then, or get merry or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got your outfit, Ben. You've got smart shoes, you got smart trousers / smart jeans, and you've also got a smart shirt. Are you adding any accessories on? Are you going to wear a watch? You're going to add some rings? Are you going to put on a blazer? What are you thinking?
Well, right, okay. Going into little details now.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's it, Ben. This is the point that we're trying to make to our viewers, is that these are all important decisions. This can make or break your night. If you're out on the pole, you got to make your first impression. You got to be like a peacock and flourish your feathers. That is, you got to flourish as I waft, which the viewers can't see. You're going to have your pride puffing out your chest, looking good. So, are you adding any accessories, extra clothing? What's you thinking here?
Well, I'm going to start off. I'm going to definitely wear a watch. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it though. I've got but I've got a watch. It's there. It looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't work. There's no battery.
Yeah. No, there's no battery. But so what time is it? I'll be like, no. I said the battery ran out last year, so I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
So,
says it's 1999 on here.
And then I think I wouldn't go for a jacket personally, because one, you've got to carry it everywhere. Two, if you put it down in the club or pub or whatever, someone might take it.
Oh, that's always a worry. It's always a worry. And then, you got to pay £1 for a cloakroom.
Yeah, £1. That's a shot. That is a shot on a night out.
Exactly. You got to prioritise. Do I want to be warm or do I want to be drunk? Warm, drunk, warm, drunk. It's quite a tough thing to think of.
The thing is, if you've had quite a few at the end of the night, you won't feel it. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Life tip from Ben.
Yeah.
Get pissed and you won't feel the cold.
Yeah, no, it's only literally like when you get home and you're like, yeah, it's cold, when you've just sobered up or something. Yeah, so we've done that, a bit of accessories. You can wear some rings or anything like that, but look, if you're going to wear, you might get a girl saying, can I wear it? Can I try your ring or something? And you'll be like,
it's always a dangerous game, that.
And then you go, and you're like, yeah, and then they go off and you're like, oh, I want my ring back.
Well, there's my £3 primary ring on.
There you go. That's it. I remember when I went to Maglove, because we went to one of these like pub crawl things, and they had reps, and they said, "Can I have your glasses?" Apparently, they had a tick sheet, and they said, and they had to get objects off people, and I was like, "Can I have my glasses?" And I was like, "No," and it's just like, she just went, "Yeah," and she went, "Why?" She said, "Well, these are an expensive brand, and plus, I need to see."
You got a smart attire there, Ben. Are you chucking on any aftershave at this point? What are you feeling?
Oh, bit of so many to choose from, Ross.
I know, but what is your go-to aftershave for a night out? So let's say you and me are meeting up and we're going out for a banging night out. We're going into Nottingham. What are you going to chuck on?
It just depends. It's between like Diesel, you got Paco Rabanne, all that. So it's just a one of those, something like that. Something classic, I would say. I mean, everyone's going to probably say, "Oh yeah, well that's just the norm." But yeah, but that's what I like.
And it's really weird how you have to think of these decisions again, because like I was saying earlier, it can impact your night massively. Plus, if you feel good and you smell good and you feel confident in yourself, then it means that you're going to enjoy the night even more because you're like, I look good, I feel good, I smell good. Tonight's a perfect night.
On the plus side as well, if you do forget to put aftershave on, there's someone in the men's toilets. This is, by the way, I don't know about the females. I don't go in there, but anyway, in the men's toilets.
Yeah, you do.
In the men's toilets, there is normally someone who says, "Do you want some aftershave?" And they're like, "Here's a quid, yeah," and that's it. So
yeah, they're really bizarre. So kind of going off topic of the setting up before the night out. When you're actually in the club. Ben, I completely understand what you're on about. I remember the first time I ever went out. Again, I had a live experience on my first night out. I went in to the toilet and there was this random bloke sitting at the sink and, I'm peeing up against the urinal and I'm thinking, is he watching me pee? Is this like a weird fetish of his? Is this what he likes, Anyway, then he goes, want any spray, mate? I go, no, I'm all right, thanks. And he goes, no spray, no lay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I love some of the things they come out with. They've got like a full bottle, but what they do is you pay like a quid and they'll spray you 1, 2 on your neck, then they'll spray you on the back of your head, then they'll spray you on your clothes, maybe 2, and then they'll spray you on down in your nether regions. And I'm thinking,
around the crotch
nobody's going to
areas,
smell that. That's weird. It makes me feel like I've pissed myself because it's wet.
I think it's weird as well, depending on which club you're at. Some are really organised. Got like a suitcase. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And I think it's weird. I've got lollipops. I don't want a lollipop. All right. I just want to go out and just carry on drinking.
You saying that? I remember I actually nicked a lollipop once. One bloke turned around and I took one as I went.
Oh, Ross.
Yeah, I like to live dangerously. But I just remember I just wanted something sweet. I had a horrible taste. I think it was I just drank a shot of absinthe and it was really burning and it was really sending me funny.
Absinthe.
I just remember the stuff they say though, where they go, no spray, no lay, no splash, no gash. That's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
No Dolce & Gabbana, no sucky de banani. Which I thought...
I haven't heard that one.
I think that'd be good for the advertising companies. Honestly, I think they should put these forward. I want to see the next Dolce & Gabbana advert. Yeah. I just want to see them doing the next adverts. I think they'll be class. I think they could come up with some mottos that you remember the rest of your life.
And you really think that's going to get through the advertisement, those type of things. So like when you're walking in through when you go out shopping and you're like, and they're doing the advert, you're like, what's that? I'd be like, I don't know. And it's like a little kid or something. You're like, don't know what that's on about now. Sorry, mate. No.
Yeah. And then suddenly your kid turns around and goes, no splash, no gash.
They'll be like, no. I think that's no, Ross.
But yeah, it sounds like you've got your attire. So going back to the pre-setting of the night, sounds like you got your attire sorted, Ben. See, I'm quite similar. I like to... It depends what kind of mood I'm in, like you said. I think sometimes I might go quite casual and I'll wear like a t-shirt, some jeans and some trainers, depending on the club, like especially in Burton or something where it's quite local and they're okay with trainers. I used to always wear, and often I do, is I always wear like a shirt. Sometimes I'll wear a tie because I like that feeling. I love wearing a tie. I might wear suspenders, some nice trousers, depending on the colour. It's often black. It might be like a dark grey, maybe tweed sometimes. It depends. And then I always wear Chelsea boots. They could be brown or black, often black ones, but I always wear Chelsea boots, like the zip-up ones, because I don't like messing with laces in the middle of the night. It's one of my pet peeves. But yeah, that's how I go. And then, again, like you said, with aftershaves, I've got a collection. So I love aftershave. It's one of my favourite things. I think it can define you as a person. And it sets out what type of tone you want people to think. I learnt this whilst I was away on holiday once. It was really weird. I was really getting into it. So... Jean-Paul Gaultier, I love the Ultramal, it's a dark blue bottle, which, as you know, with the Jean-Paul Gaultier, it's always in the men's torso, but it is so potent. Like, you spray maybe 3 sprays, it'll stay in your skin for ages, and it smells quite sweet. That gives off a Playboy vibe. So, this guy's he's a fun guy. And then I've also got Hugo Boss bottled intense, and that shows that you're a classy guy. And I'll only ever wear that one when I'm wearing like a shirt, suspenders, maybe a blazer. And then I've also got Invictus, which is a really strong one as well. And that is more for the casual wear. I just wear like a shirt or maybe a t-shirt and a blazer. That's that sort. There's so many options for aftershave, but yeah, that's normally my attire. So going off there with the start of the night, it comes to pre-drinks. Now, Ben, are you going to somebody's house for pre-drinks, or are you having pre-drinks at your house?
I'm going to someone's house. No pre-drinks at my house. Look, if you're having pre-drinks, your house is going to get messed up.
100%.
I am going to someone's house. So if anyone's organising it, make sure you organise at someone else's house.
What are you having for your pre-drinks, Ben? Like, are you a spirits? Are you going for beer? Are you going for cider? Or are you going for maybe wine, maybe?
No, not wine. I like a bit of cider. I would say Desperados. I also like them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I like my Disaronno as well. So,
ooh, that's nice.
I like a mixture, but not all together, obviously. But yeah, just.
That's your pre-drink: cider, Disaronno, and Desperados.
Yeah, I'm done after one drink. That's me done for the night. That's it.
That's the best pre-drink. You don't have to pay when you're out.
But the thing is, you've got to be careful though, because if you go too hard at pre-drinks, you're the person who probably falls out of the taxi.
Yep.
When you get there and you're dragging them, and someone's probably slapping you or taking you to the kebab shop already to try and sober you up to get some food in you. So it's it can be a bad situation. So you need to plan it out well. Yeah, you do for sure. What about you, Ross?
Yeah, so again, I like my rum. I love my rum. So I love spice rum. I also like Kraken. Kraken's because it's a dark rum. It's very strong. Sometimes I might take some cans of cider if I want to go really light. So I just kind of want to warm up very lightly, or Desperados and all that. But if I want to kind of get really buzzed, like enough that I can walk out the house and get in a taxi and then walk in a club perfectly fine, I'll go for rum, because it really gets to me. As you said very nicely there earlier, is that you have pre-drinking is such a dangerous game, because a lot of the time it'll often be at a house party. So, you're having a few drinks, talking to people and all that. There might be some drinking games involved, like beer pong or something. Like I used to do that with a few of the lads at uni for pre-drinks. We used to play beer pong, and that used to warm us up. And sometimes, as you said, there's always one person, as you said, who is taking it to the next level. They're on the floor, passed out, and you're thinking, you preed too hard, man. You're gonna. You ain't going anywhere. You're staying here tonight. And it's such a shame, because you miss out on the night out. I've never ever done that. I've never ever pre-drink so hard that I couldn't get into anywhere. But it is such a devastating moment, because all the main stuff happens on the night out. And there's always drama at pre-drinks, especially if it's a house party. Pre-drinks,
oh, yeah,
there's always drama.
Yeah, a bit of EastEnders going on there, So
yeah, and it's always somebody, like, there's always some sort of relationship problem, or somebody's trying to, get on with someone that night, and somebody else has actually got involved, and you're stood there with your drink watching it going, oh yeah, this is cracking. Tonight's going to be a good night.
You're that guy who's just like watching everything and thinking, yeah, we can't wait till we get into town. This is...
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I mean, a lot of the time when I'm at a house party, I remember one house party that I was at uni. We all met up there. We're having a banging time. There was like a underground like cellar, which we're all down in as well. I remember when everyone else went to town, a lot of us stayed there, and it was like the best night I ever had when I was in Carlisle. It was one of the most memorable, and it was just a house party. I think the best parties are often house parties, especially when you're leading up to the point before you're 18. They're the best, because a lot of people, they're drinking, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on. When you start going out clubbing, I think house parties start to lose a little bit of their effect. Sometimes a house party can be the best thing of a night out.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, I've had quite a few good nights at a house party, for sure. It's like you say, it's a house party can sometimes be the best ones, because you don't go out clubbing.
And you save money.
That's it, yeah. And you can just relax, have fun at this house party, and that can be like the memory.
Yes.
It's so good. And plus, in one way, you've got no drama in town. That's it. So,
yeah, and I think I remember some of the best nights out I had. A lot of them were always at a house party beforehand. So there was another night I was in Carlisle and it was Halloween, and I was walking home with my director at this point, and I said, for the first time out, I've not got a Halloween costume. I didn't know what to go as. And he says, well, why don't you go as the character from Clockwork Orange, which is simple. It was literally some eye makeup and a white t-shirt, and that was it. And I was so excited. Anyway, we went to this house party. It was amazing. And then we went out clubbing. And again, like I said, a great night, but the best elements and moments happen at the party, like the house party. But I just think, I think house parties these days are so underrated. Obviously, with the whole lockdown, we can't go to them. But I'm so excited for when we can all start going to house parties again.
Yeah, it's something. It's until you've experienced it, until you've done it, like been to a house party, you'll know what we're on about, because it's a good vibe after all the drama.
And it's so amazing how one person will bang on their music. Like they will have some banging tunes. Sometimes they just chuck on the TV. Sometimes they chuck on Spotify. And it's absolutely incredible. So leading from their amazing house party is that moment where the taxis come. Now, this is a very iconic moment because, Ben, what is the phrase that everyone says when the taxis are coming and they've arrived?
Taxi's here. That's it. Done. No, it's
taxi's here. Drink up.
Literally, it's that everyone's just like down in a pint or what, and just rushing. There's that one person's going 1, 2, 3, 4, counting. How many people run that? And then they lock the door. And they're like, oh, and then they go, oh, well, have I locked this? Have I locked that?
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Get in the taxi. And then, depending on how the house party's been and that, it can be tense in the taxi. There could be just silence, or there could be that person who's drank too much. And they're like, and like, come on, taxi, put the music on, and they start banging some music, and they're having a mini rave, and they're flinging their arms across the whole car, and you're just like, I don't want to get elbowed here, or anything like that. I mean, you're thinking, why couldn't we have 2 taxis or something? But
yeah. Like the minivan ones, and there's always one person who has to sit in the front. And they're sitting there, and there's always that sort of like pulling the shortest straw, because you're like, who's sitting in the front? And you're kind of subtly, it's like a pack mentality. You look at some people that you want to sit in the back, and you look at them and go, like, you're going to sit in the back? Yeah. It's like a look that you all know, and then you all go and you leave one person to have to sit in the front.
Yeah.
Often, it was always me, because I like talking to the drivers and I get on with them. Yeah, there's always one person, and then everyone else is like partying in the back, going, "Yeah, we're singing total music." And then there's always somebody in the taxi who says, "Look, mate, I'll buy you a drink when I'm in there. I'll buy you a drink if you cover the fee. I'll buy you a drink." And you never ever get that drink.
No, you don't. But the classic thing about a taxi is as well, if you sit in the front, you have that Peter Kay moment with you being busy. So yeah, to the taxi driver. The best one I've ever had, experienced in a taxi, was with you, Ross, when at the end of the night, Ross decided to order from Just Eat. Not a problem, but it was somewhere...
Oh, this story again.
It was somewhere way over there. It was like 2 miles that way. And then for some reason, we were walking the wrong way. So we got a taxi, and then we got to these lights. Ross was next to the window. He just literally rolled the window down. You're right, mate. You've been busy, but the best bit is when you go, it's green. The lights are green now, mate. I've got to go. And he just rolls the window back up. Bye.
Do you know what? I remember that night so fondly. There were so many bad decisions that night, but the pizza, talking to the taxi driver. Yeah. I just remember as well offering him food for services.
Yeah. You just say, I'll give you a slice of pizza if you just so I can just go to the pizza place and drop me off home. The best part was when you ordered it and you went, and guess what, guys? I paid for it. I was like, okay. Literally
yeah. Because that's a big thing when you're hammered. Like, if you think about it, if you try and text, everything is kind of warped. You don't know what you're doing. You look at text to follow him on, like, blah, 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 and autocorrect's kind of tried to help you out a bit. But when, it's the fact that I was able to audit. I remember, so I remember after getting out of the taxi, I went in a club and, I was partying the night away as I do. And I remember I looked at my phone and I saw, like, you see on Facebook, like, the advertisements for, like, T-shirts and stuff and, like for logos. I saw one and it says, keep calm, don't blink, call Sherlock and call the Winchesters. And I made a joke, that's so funny, I'm going to buy it. And, in the club, I did all my details and stuff and put it through. I looked the next morning, it said, I'd paid for this thing. And I was thinking, it was a wrong card number and all, so I'll get a refund. 3 weeks later, the purchase arrived at my door. So not only had drunk me managed to input the correct address, but I had managed to input the correct card details to buy this jumper, which I still wear to this day, because anytime I wear it, I just think that was the biggest drunk purchase I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, it's classic. Everyone has one for sure.
So, Ben, we've either walked and got the taxi now, and we're about to hit the club. We're about to rock up and show who's here, ready to party. But there's that dreaded moment. There's a queue, and there's always a queue. Now, queuing in general is annoying, unless you're British. We like to queue. But queuing at a club is the worst.
Yes, it is. Look, when you get out of that taxi, the airs hit you, so you're thinking, I want to get into the club, and also as well, you probably need the toilet. So you're thinking, I want to get in here.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. You're thinking, I want to get in here. So you probably want to get on the guest list. You'll probably do that at, pre-drinks and try and retweet something, share something, yada, yada, to get on the guest list so you can go straight in, and that's always good. If you can go straight in and you're walking past everyone and you're thinking, I'm rocking
royalty.
Up here. That's it.
It's like you have power and you feel like everyone should look at you and be like, yeah, look at me walking past you peasants.
It is a little bit like that, and it's just a little thing, but you're like, I'm going straight in. Especially if it's raining, you're like thinking, yes.
Oh, that's the worst, especially when you're in all your finery as well. Oh.
The worst thing is when you're queuing and you got a jacket and it's raining, and then it's a girl who's probably queuing near you is like, can I borrow your jacket? I'm like, no, because I don't know you, and I probably won't see you for the rest of the night.
Yeah, exactly. And you're thinking, this jacket cost me a fair bit. This is going missing.
And they're probably thinking, you're an arse. And I'm like, well, I don't even know you, so I don't really care.
I'm on the guest list, mate.
Yeah. what are you on about? That's it. You're standing here. I'm going in now. Goodbye. So,
shoving off your shoulders like, get off me.
and now we're going to the next stage, Ross. We're just about to go in. You got some security people, so the security guard can have your ID. Like, yeah. And then they look at it, look at you, and they try and try and psych you. If they don't think it's you, they probably keep doing that to see if you're going to crack. I remember once I was a bit tipsy, and this guy was doing it for everyone, and he was asking questions. So when he came to me, I just said everything on my license at the time, and I was like, yeah, can I go in? He was like, yeah, okay, thank you.
But it's a really stressful time, because even if it's your own ID and you're not using a fake ID, you panic. You start going, oh my God, this isn't me. I'm not going to get in this. It is me, but it is. Is it me? Do I remember? Who am I? What's my date of birth? Am I even allowed in? Like, you start thinking, and then they just look at it and go on.
Yeah, it's literally like that.
And then you've got to pay like a club fee, which I think is a cheeky thing to do. Like, they always charge you like £3 to come in.
It's £5 now. £5.
Like, they charge you a £5 to rock up to their club, unless you turn up at before 11 when nobody's in there and you're getting for free, because that's the trick. So a tip from me is, if you're going out on a night out and you're gone for your pre-drinks, now if you're all going to leave a little bit later, fair enough, pay the club fee. But if you're rocking up with a bunch of people and you're thinking, right, we're going to go to a pub across the road and then we're going to go into this club, go to the club first. Get your stamp, so the free one, before 11 in some clubs. Some don't do it. Most of them do, though. and then go back, walk back out, and then later on you can skip the queue.
There you go.
There you are, life hack for clubbing. But it's always cheeky because they're like, £3-5 please. And you're sitting there rummaging around because you're sitting thinking, I've only got my wallet. I don't have coins. And you're sitting there going, do you take card?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah. And they're like, contactless. Beep,
Yeah.
done. In.
Oh, that's a dangerous game. That is contactless on a night
it
out.
is. I don't like to take my... when I first started going out clubbing, I didn't like to take my card. I used to just get the set amount. Obviously, put your taxi money somewhere else so you don't spend that. Make sure it's in a different pocket or in a safe place where you know where it is. And you think, I've got this amount of money, I'm sorted.
Exactly. That's it. You got to remember, be smart, kids. Be smart with that. And then you get that moment where if you have got a coat or you got like a blazer, you have to make that big decision. Do I go for the cloakroom? Which is normally £1. And basically, they just put it on a hook and then you pick it up at the end with a tag. But it's such a big decision because especially if you're half cut, let's say, you've got to keep this raffle ticket on you all night. If you don't get it, then how can you prove that it's your coat?
Yeah, if you lose it as well, someone picks it up and takes your coat.
That's it. It's game over.
You'll be mortified.
But now we're in the club, Ben, aren't we? We're in the club. It's popping. Everyone is partying. You got your 2 rooms, as I discussed. You got your cheese room, your R&B room, often at the back, and then you got like the smoking outside, or maybe at the front, depending what the club is. But it's when you make your way to the bar. Yeah. That game is the longest wait you ever experience. So when you leave, if you haven't got on the guest list and you've got in after the queue, you've gone in, and then you got to queue again at the bar, and it takes forever.
There's always someone cheeky trying to push in front of you, like, mate, I'm already here.
Oh, they're annoying. Those people are the worst. Like, they've seen you waiting there and they can see a gap that's just squeezing. Now, I'm quite lucky because I'm quite broad. I normally shift in, bada bing, put my arm on the bar, assert that I'm here.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to do that. I think you just start off like, shoulder or something, elbow on the bar, then bang, when they've gone, you're in. But then no disrespect to the ladies. I can understand why they do it. They'll come and say, can I just... No, you can't. I've been waiting for 20 minutes already. I want my drink. But you can just wait there. You can get it after me. Best one I ever had, I was at the bar, just got there, and the guy behind me just went, mate, can I just give you a tenner? You get me some drinks. Like, yeah, what do you want? Told him. And then he went, oh, get yourself one as well. I was like, okay. I went, yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks, mate. And walked off. I was like, another drink.
They're my favourite people, the ones that... I love those people that just rock up behind you and say, look, if you get my drinks with the cash I'll give you out, you can get your own as well.
Yeah.
Like, those are really nice people. But it's always nice when you have, like, with your group of mates, and especially on the dance floor, and there's one person says, do you want to come outside, cool down, or shall I go and get the drinks? It's a big moment, those are, especially that person who goes and gets a drink, because those are the real heroes of the night when they come back with everyone's drinks. Like, they'll keep coming to from the bar. They'll go, right, can I have this, and you've all chucked them your money. And then there's always that one person who's like, can I have my change, please? Like, can I be changed?
There is. It's just like, no.
I'm not being funny, mate. No.
It's 53p. Come on.
But yeah, then you're on the dance floors and you're just bopping away. There's always some cracking tunes, whether it be, like I said earlier, charts, whether it's cheesy. And you're just boogieing the night away. Like I said, you're throwing out your shapes, you're throwing out your dance move, whether that be the side to side or whether it be my steering wheel, the Snoop Dogg steering wheel, where you go with it, right to the side. Yep. And then there comes a moment, especially for me, where I get too hot. Now, I'm quite a warm person in general. I get too hot in a club. Like, I look like I've just walked out of a shower. That's how bad it is for me. I'm soaking wet. Like, Ben knows this. A lot of my friends know this when I've been out. I look like I've been in a shower. It's not an attractive sight, I will say. Anyway, you go outside and you stood out there and then the air hits you really bad.
Yeah.
You're thinking...
It's like, whoa.
And yeah, it's a weird world outside, because obviously it's where all the smokers are, obviously. There's always like a weird side gossip or side stuff that's happening. So, everyone will either ask you how you're doing, or there's not a proper serious side to outside.
Yeah.
It's like, how you doing? You all right? You enjoying your night? Or how's things with this person? What you doing? When I was at uni, especially in third year, I went out to cool down and I took my drink in a plastic cup. because you're able to transfer it to like crappy plastic cups, which I preferred anyway compared to the glass ones. And, you know, I started saying to me, went, "You're right, Ross, how you feeling about leaving uni, you know?" And I'm sitting there going, I'm on a night out. I don't want to be thinking I'm leaving uni.
It's weird what goes on because it hits you because you're outside, you know, and then also you've got the cloud of smoke, what bang hits you straight away because everyone's and you're like
all the nicotine and the smoke, like, and you're sitting there like,
I can't breathe.
Like that Mr. Bean sketch when he's in the perfume store.
Yeah, it's literally that, and you're like, and then someone randomly starts talking to you, but this person, you've probably never met them before, and you're like,
I know the exact person you're on about.
And you're like, mate, I'm just come out for some fresh air. Talk to him, like, yeah, I've got to go now. And then they find you in the club, and you're like, oh.
But then there's also the opposite, where I don't know if you've done this, where, you know, you've had a skinful, you're quite friendly, you're quite happy, outgoing, and you offer people drinks. Like you've met somebody you don't even know the idea. Hey, this is my mate. Yeah, come on, lads. Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink, mate? Yeah, come on, I'll get them. And you do shots with them, and you're sitting there like, if you met this person in like normal circumstances, you would not be doing this. But you're like, yeah, it's me pal. Let's go and have a few drinks. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
There's such a checklist of things to do on a night out, and that is definitely up there in the top 5.
It is for sure. Yeah, I've done that, and done it on a works do where I just got loads of tequilas. Oh, that was dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so
that's a dangerous game when you're in the bar. Is when obviously you've done your pre-drinks, as we mentioned earlier. It's like I said, when you're at the bar and you're just buying your ciders and stuff. So, you know, you're keeping gently buzzed. You're not pushing yourself too far. But then there's always somebody who goes, should we do shots? Yeah, let's do shots. And they either get your Sambuca, they either get your vodka straight, tequila, or they'll bring out the sours, where I'm not being funny, those dry out my mouth. I remember when I first ever had sours and my mouth was so damn dry. Yeah, I just remember having them. And there's two types of people in that situation. Like I said, there's that person who goes, yeah, shots. And then there's me who goes, oh, Christ.
Yeah, not again.
No.
Not again.
No.
I want to remember this night.
And then, you know, especially with like Sambuca, I don't like the taste of Sambuca. It makes me feel very sick, that licorice. Like shots in general, I gag. I'm like, nope. No.
What about Jaeger bombs?
See, I used to have a really good relationship with Jaeger bombs. Nowadays, I feel sick because of them. But Jaeger bombs, I used to drink like no tomorrow. You know, I remember on one night out in Nottingham where I just watched my mates band at Rock City, and they were offering 10 Jaeger bombs for £8. So I had 20 quid in my pocket at this point. So I went, there's 20 quid, give me 16 quid's worth of Jaeger bombs. And, you know, I walked out, and I remember I handed a few out to these people, and the rest of just drank. So I was hammered. I was absolutely paralytic. Yeah, the shots when they come out, like I said, tequila's tequila's rough.
Yeah, it is.
Like tequila just knocks you for 6.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't go well if you have too many of them.
Nah, but it's the fact, like with normal shots, you'll go 1, 2, 3 shot, and obviously you have all the people like, you know. And then there's tequila, there's a whole process, isn't there? There's the salt, the lime, and then the shot. Yeah. Honestly, I can taste it now as we speak, and it's like, you know, I can feel it in my mouth now. There's a few situations that can happen before you're about to leave. There can be the fact of there's always one person who goes, right, we're all going, guys, bye. And you'll say, bye, see you tomorrow, whether at uni or whatever. Or there's that person in your group says, look, we're all going, guys, should we go? And they're like, yeah, go on then. And there's always that decision. That's the next big decision after you leave the club is, right, we're heading for food now.
Now this is where the entertainment starts. Oh.
Yeah, this is where the entertainment starts because, again, like we said, there's drama in the club, there's drama at the house party. Like I said, nights out are just drama central. But especially when you rock up to either a fast food joint or Mackey's. Now, as we said in the food podcast, all the best viral videos happen there. When you are in, let's say, a dark, dingy kebab house, if we have said many episodes, dark, dingy kebab house is often where you rock up. And all the way there, there's always one person like, oh, mate, I'm starving. I'm going to have cheesy chips. I'm going to have a pizza. Like they're basically getting a banquet. But it is such an important decision because you've got to know what you want before you rock up because let's be honest, you're pissed as a fart right now. You ain't thinking straight. So you need to know your order before you go and order it. And yeah, it's such an important decision. So for me personally, what I like to go with, often I like to go with a pizza because, you know, the bread is quite stodgy, soaks it up, and it feels great. Hence the reason why I went on a quest for a pizza that time when we went out. What's your type of meal that you're going for, Ben? Especially in a dark, dingy kebab house. There's no Mackies around. It's a dark, dingy kebab house where they've got rave music going on.
Probably pizza or something. Because what I used, when I used to go out, I used to eye up everyone's food, thinking what's on the menu that way, and I'd be like,
yes, I do that.
Yeah. I used to eye it up and going, oh, I like that. Oh, but that looks good. That looks good. And then if you're a bit drunk, you're like, mate, what you got? Like, yeah, you there?
Yeah.
And like, I got this. And then you turn to the guy, can I have that? Literally like that. Literally.
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, it's just right there. That's what I want. And then you have to wait patiently at the side. Then you've got then when you weigh in, you've got someone telling you their life story, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, there's always that one person, like, you sat there waiting, and, you know, you sat at the back on the corner with your arms tucked in, just dreaming of the food, looking up, just kind of trying to just stay upright and not fall flat on your face in here. And yeah, there's always that one person that goes, oh, can't believe tonight. Yeah. Oh, my boyfriend's gone. He went off with another slapper or
something like that.
Oh, my friend's left me. And you know what? I think, and then it gets very philosophical at one point. Like they'll go, don't you just think life is so unique and the fact why we're here is so important?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there thinking,
I like this pizza.
Yeah, and you sit there going, blah, blah, blah. But it's such a unique moment. I understand how people playing bingo feel when that person says number 54 and you're number 54, your food, you're like, that's me. Like you make a big that is me. I'm going home now. Thank you.
Yeah. Just to backtrack on people talking to you. I went to Coventry to see Danny T, who's an up and coming DJ. No one talked to me. I was just waiting for Danny T to come on. Literally, his intro comes on, like it was like Danny T's dropping these bombs and all that jazz. As soon as he starts coming out, because I'm recording it, because I'm like, I want to save this memory.
You want to remember it?
Yeah, I want to remember it. A girl starts chatting to me. She's like, who's this? I'm like, it's Danny T. And then on the footage, she goes, woo! I'm like, shut up. I'm like,
it's always tough at concerts like that.
It is, but it was just made me laugh.
It's just a really odd moment.
It is.
Like how somebody will talk to you about nothing, and then they're trying, like we said in the food podcast, which I think was like episode 4, somebody tries and nicks your food.
That's it. When that happens, it's like, whoa.
Oh.
But they try and do it
That's
casually.
where it all kicks off.
No, it's when they do it casually, that's the problem. And you're like, no, mate. And then like, someone ran off with like my mate's chips, and they chased him down like give me the chips back. I'm like, give me the chips, and like, and they give them back.
But that's it, like, there's a genuine fight about to happen at this point because you've stolen a drunken person's food.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. But then you've got the stumble home with a bunch of friends, or you get the taxi home.
Yeah, but you just got to wait there. It's when you come out of your chosen takeaway. You've got to dodge everything. There's already stuff on the floor. There's someone lying on the floor. You've got to either go over them or walk around. There's a puddle, and you're like, what am I going to do? And then it's just a task doing that. And then when you get to a taxi place, they either go, oh yeah, I want to go away. It says, do you want to share? No, I want my own taxi, thank you.
Yeah. There's some of the cheats some people have when they're hammered. But you saying about that person lying in a ditch and then there's the puddle. But often that puddle is piss because somebody's pissed up the road against the wall and it's just gently trickled down. And it's such a precarious thing. It's when you rock up into either, say your partner's house or the girl or boy that you've met that night, or you rock up your own place and it's that moment where you just get into bed and you just crash.
And then the room spins.
The room spins. You're seeing colours.
And you're thinking, where's the bucket? No, it's...
where's the bucket? Or you go to the toilet beforehand. And a lot of the time, if you're quite good, like I mastered the art of it, where I used to be able to undress and get all my clothes off from that night so I could just sleep in my pants and face down like that. But sometimes you wake up the following morning in your clothes still. After all of that, there's the following morning. Now, this is where everything happens. You find out what happened the night before. You're smacked hard with a hangover. You start thinking, what did I do last night? And then there's always, if you live with your housemates or some people, you all sit in bed and you start talking about night, or you sit on the settee with some crap TV on the background and you're thinking, what even happened?
I think it's though, you get up, have a shower or whatever, and then you just go downstairs, like into the living area, and you just sit on the sofa, then wait 5 minutes, bang, you're asleep.
Yeah, that's it. And you sleep the entire Sunday away, because often, let's be honest, the biggest nights happen on a Saturday, or you sleep the Saturday away. Do you get hangovers, Ben? I'm quite intrigued.
No, not really. I felt a bit grotty when went a bit too far, but not like no hangovers really. What about yourself?
I've never had a hangover in my life, and I've gone hard. I've gone really hard. Now, a lot of people say it can be due to your metabolism, it can be due to your body weight. There's so many different factors. I've always put it down to the fact of, again, like I said earlier, the fact that I look like I've come out of a shower. I've sweated it out in that instant in a club. So I'm sweating it out as I'm going. But yeah, I'll wake up next day feeling fresh as Davy. I might feel a bit groggy, like tiredness, and think, oh, fucking hell, I need to sleep for another 3 hours or so. But yeah, no, I don't. I remember there was one night where I went out with my house lot, and the next morning I was like, morning, how's everyone? They're like, oh,
yeah,
hungover, so bad. But yeah, I just love nights out. You just make so many memories on nights out. Some, like I said, something you don't remember, but some of the best moments in your life is always on a night out or I was drunk. Because let's be honest, none of the best stories start with I ate a salad.
No, I think on the day after your night out, it's just literally chill and drink loads of fluids just to get your body right again, because your body's like screaming for liquid.
Yeah, because you wake up with dry mouth, you're like... But yeah, nights out are just amazing. I think tonight, Ben, we've covered nights out so well. I love the fact that we've talked about the stages of the night out, because I think they're so important, and it really gets me excited because, again, I've not been out. I mean, as everyone has in the UK and probably across the world, unless you're in Australia where you've kind of had normal life for quite a long time now. But especially in the UK, a lot of us are missing the nights out, the pubs, the meeting up with people and just having a laugh, having a few drinks, getting merry and all that. I miss it. I didn't think I was going to miss clubbing as much because, I'm 26 now, and in a weird way, I was always kind of like an old man. I always get my slippers on, have a cup of tea, stay home, go to the pub or something, and that's it. I think when I went out for my 25th birthday with a few friends and I just boogied, and again, like I said, I was sober because I drove, I just loved it, and it was amazing. I was sitting there thinking, God, I've really missed the dancing and the vibe of clubs. So yeah, definitely looking forward to when clubs open again, and and I'm sure that you and me we'll get a night out where we can just have a cracking time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good social. I think that's a big part of it. It's a big social with a bit of drama, and then you have a hangover probably.
It's like a sitcom at some times, or it's like a TV series.
So I just want to say, just on not a serious, well, it is a serious note. When you go out, guys, just make sure you look after each other. And when you get in taxis back or whatever, make sure there's always two of you and things like that. And just try and think smart. I don't want to sound like a
old man.
Yeah, old man. Thank you, Ross. But no, it's. I think you. I think you just need to look out for each other and be sensible. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're having drinks, but. We've seen stuff and heard stuff, and it just needs to take care of each other and stay safe.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. I agree with you there, Ben. It's again because kind of going on to a bit of a serious side with it in this sense, because you're in such a state, and there's been so many bad things that have happened in the last few years relating to nights out and people, unfortunately, never coming home again and all this, and it's so sad. Especially because, it's just dreadful that the fact somebody was having a good night before and then, So, yeah, definitely look after yourself, make sure your phone is always fully charged. Don't be pissing around on it. Don't be wrong, take photos and enjoy the night, but always make sure that your phone's got some charge. So if in doubt, you call someone. stick with your friends. That's the most important thing. But apart from the serious side, go and have a whale of a time when the times come out. And if you've got any amazing stories of nights out, especially if you know us and you've been out on nights out with us, email us in with them. If you don't know us and you're just a fellow listener, because I discovered that we've hit Germany and New York, I want to hear from those lot and all our other continental or international listeners. I want to hear what their nights out are like. So if you want to email us or send it to our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, I want you to drop us your story. So put in the subject, nights out story, so then we know. And Ben, because it's your job, as I have officially decided, you are officially the email designated person. So Ben, what is our lovely email?
Okay, it's RNB Fusion at outlook.com.
There we go, RNB Fusion at outlook.com. And if you want to hit us up on the social medias on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, just search at RNB Fusion and we are there. So yeah, drop us a message with your highlights with us if you've had them. But I just can't believe that next week's the last episode, Ben, of season 1.
Season 1's almost over.
I know.
It's been good, though. It's been a really good laugh. It really has, for sure.
It has. And what better way to discuss it than talk about the infamous year that was 2020.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, definitely. Because let's be honest, nobody anticipated what that year was. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening this week. It's been an absolute pleasure as usual. I've been your fellow co-host, Ross, and this is my fellow co-host,
Benny Boy.
And we will see you very soon. Keep drinking, go out clubbing, and we will see you soon.
The intro to RNB Fusion podcast is Just Smile by Liquid. You can find this on soundcloud.com/liquid, and that is spelled LIQWYD. This falls under the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0, and you can also find this on YouTube under the channel Audio Library.